Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the beginning of the week, Monday, August 9th. And let's give it a couple minutes and we'll allow everybody to join in with us and then we'll meditate from there. Okay. Thanks so much for joining. Thank you. And somebody's joining on YouTube. It's probably you, Sandy. Good morning. Good morning, my friend. Good morning. Thanks for joining, Sandy. Always appreciate having you here. And if it's somebody else, welcome to you. And good morning to you, those of you joining on Facebook and uh, somebody on YouTube as well, I think, and if they're still there. And yes, morning, everybody. Good morning. Thanks for joining for meditation this morning. Um, and thanks, Michelle. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you too, my friend. I really do so much. I'm just feeling really grateful. Um, just feeling the grace and love of God, of my teacher Sadashiva, of Muji, of Jesus, and just all those beings, those sages of love and light that come forth to bless us, to love us, to support us. Um, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all of you joining. I just invite you just to close your eyes and just allow your body to be comfortable in whatever you're sitting or lying on. And just allow it to completely sink in and be supported, and really just surrender, allowing yourself to surrender into this moment physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. What does that mean? It means to surrender into the moment means to let go of any and all resistance that you have. And a lot of times in life when we have things going on that our mind judges as bad or wrong or challenging, um, it seems hard to let go of our resistance or our need to have it different than what it is. But I am inviting you just for this meditation so that we can come back to that beautiful truth of who we are, that is already the peace that you're looking for, already the joy that you're looking for, already the love that you're looking for. It's literally here right now, right here, right now. And I'm never interested in convincing you of that. All I want to offer is some words to help you have some direction on what to let go of that blocks you from having that same experience right now in this moment. And so, right now, I just invite you to let go of any of your expectations of how this meditation should go. And for right now, for the meditation, letting go, and you can continue on. You don't have to pick this up, but you can letting go of your expectations of even how life goes for right now. And again, if you want to pick it up after the meditation, certainly you're welcome to do so. But just letting go of all your expectations, letting go of all your attachments and desires. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get things that your mind wants you to get. It simply means for right now that you can rest in the perfection of this moment. Because just consider the fact that the only reason we don't consider this moment perfect is because our mind tells us that, no, I need this, 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 and this in order to be different, in order for me to be happy and at peace in this moment. And I'm inviting you to let go of all those thoughts and beliefs for this meditation. And again, if you want to pick it up afterwards, you can. So anything you're holding on to that you feel in life that you feel needs to be different right now, I'm just inviting you to let it go. What if you're already whole and complete and you're perfect right now in this moment? And the mind might have all kinds of things to say about that. Well, no, I'm not happy. I need this to be different. I need more money. I need a better job. My relationship could use some work on it. You know, all these things, and all these things that your mind are conjuring up, by the way, you may notice that it's all external things. All external things. And if you take a closer look at that and it's external, it cannot be eternal. If it's external, it cannot be eternal. Why? Because eventually our body and our mind dies. So whatever the mind has to say, whatever the mind believes will bring happiness, it cannot be a lasting happiness because the mind is not lasting. The mind is temporary, the body's temporary, the thoughts are temporary, the feelings are temporary. All of our experiences and our situations are temporary. And the past can be temporary as well, only we hold on to it and we try to hold on to it because maybe we don't believe that we deserve to let it go. All the pain and suffering that we've caused, we need to deal with that. We're responsible for that. I'm inviting you to just let go of all the past. Let go of all of it. And again, if you want to pick it up after the meditation, feel free to do so. But for right now, I'm inviting you to let go of all the past, which means letting go of all your shame, all your guilt, all your blame, just for right now. And letting go of all the opinions that you have formed over the years that says this is true, this is bad, this is right, this is wrong, this is good. Any judgments, any opinions, I'm inviting you for at least right now, just let go of all of them. And there is literally not one single thing that you need to hold on to for this meditation. In fact, the more you don't hold on, the more you let go, then you can see for yourself everything that I'm talking about, that you are peace, that you are joy, that you are love, that you are one with God, that you are whole and complete. You don't have to believe me with any of it. You can confirm this for yourself. But right now, I'm just inviting you to just let go of all of it. And there's nowhere you need to go. There's nothing you need to do other than simply be here now. And I even invite you, as far as letting go, don't even hold on to your, especially don't hold on to your prized possession. Maybe you have a nice car or a beautiful home, or you have lots of money. don't hold on to any of that, nor let's just for this meditation, nor do you need to hold on to any of your loved ones or even life or God, because in truth there's nothing to hold on to, not one single thing. You do not have money or a nice car or loved ones around you or your life or God in your life because you're holding on to them. They are here because life and God have presented those to you, because God sees that it's exactly what you need to experience so that you can awaken to the truth of who you are, which is right here, right now. That's the only reason they're here. So I'm inviting you to let go of them, because it's only more stories that the only way that you can be happy is to hold on to these things. But it's holding on to these things that's actually blocking you from realizing the true joy that you already are, the truth of who you already are. Sometimes, honestly, it just seems so easy to me. And there's those times where I'm like, what in the hell is going on here? I have those days, but to be honest with you, those days are less and less. I feel the suffering and the stress falling away more and more. And even my emotions right now are just my deep gratitude for my life, for God, for all those teachers and sages that have loved me and blessed me and supported me and that are here for me and for you right here in this moment. And when you let go of all these things that block you from the beautiful truth of who you are, there's only love and gratitude that remains. My tears of gratitude and joy right now are actually of my person, that story and belief of who I think I am. Why do I say that? Because when you let go of all those things that you are not, those things that block you from realizing the truth of who you are right now in this moment, then you see and you feel and you experience the beautiful truth that you are. And you see that that beautiful truth doesn't even have one single tear to shed, because it knows its wholeness already. And it's not a matter of, I don't even know. Part of me struggles in saying this, but it feels these are the words that are coming through. So I'm going to say them. It's even beyond the gratitude. It's even beyond gratitude, because you're just pure love, your pure peace, your pure joy. It's not it's a state of being as that, not a temporary state. It's the eternal truth of who you are. And you access that, and you are that by simply releasing and letting go of all these old opinions, stories, and beliefs that you carry as if they're the truth. And God, in God's generosity and God's grace, which is aligned with you and the truth of who you are and your generosity and your grace, manifest these so-called challenges. Why do I say so-called? Because they're only challenging to you because there is something you're holding on to that is not the truth. And so your true self and God come along and give you certain experiences so that you can see that you're holding on to something that is false truth, that is false identification. And so you're being given this experience so that you can see, oh man, I'm holding on to something that I need to let go of. And when you let go of it, you realize it was only challenging because you were holding on to a false belief. That's all. And people say that sometimes they're feeling like God is picking on them, when in truth, God is offering them grace and love and compassion. And sometimes the lessons are so intense, it brings up such fear and pain. But as A Course in Miracles says, there's only fear or love. And when I say these things, I'm saying these not, I never ever want to convince you of anything. If I'm saying something out of the Bible, A Course in Miracle, the Upanishads, whatever that I say, I don't want it to be something just because the Bible or A Course in Miracles says it's true, that it's true. It's not enough to read it and just believe it. You have to experience it as a truth for yourself. Otherwise, it's just another belief. And the world, by the way, is filled with beliefs of their interpretation of what Scripture says, whatever Scripture it is, whether it's the Quran, the Bible, the A Course in Miracles. It doesn't matter what religion. If you just read it and blindly believe it, it's not enough, because you're just adding to your belief and your interpretation of the belief. And that has perhaps caused more damage in the world than anything else. Tell me if that's not true. The millions and millions of people that have died, all in the name of God, all in the name of what they have described as the truth. And usually it's fundamental Christians, fundamental Hindus, fundamental Muslims, whatever the fundamental is, that they're so rooted and steeped in their stubborn belief that they are willing to kill others to prove that they are right. Because if I kill them and I get rid of them, then the world will be okay. But they're still carrying that belief. So I'm just saying to you, I'm inviting you to not believe anything that you have read. Come to a place that you are able to see and confirm the truth for yourself, not seeing with the physical eyes, seeing with your spiritual eyes, to confirm the truth for yourself. If you listen to an awakened teacher, they will all approach it the same way. They're not trying to convince you of anything. They're asking you questions to evoke something within yourself, to get you to contemplate, who am I? Who am I? Is peace really here right now? Am I really peace? Am I really joy? Am I really love? Am I really one with God? Is this possible? Because my mind tells me I'm not enough. My mind tells me that that this needs to be this way, and that over there needs to be that way. And if it's not, then how can I possibly be at peace, in joy, in love, and experience my connection and alignment with God? The mind will always, always, always have an opinion about what it thinks happiness is. It will always have that opinion. And by the way, when you heal, so-called heal an issue, and I don't even want to say so-called, just when you heal, when you grow, when your person grows and heals, and essentially it's satisfying something else that the mind thinks you need to do in order to be happy. When you heal that, heal even 10 issues, there will be another 10, another 20, another infinite amount of issues that need to be healed. Why? Because as long as you're looking to the mind and looking to this idea and the story of who you think you are, there will not be always be another idea and story of who you think you are and what you think you should be and who you think you should be. As long as you look to the mind, there will always be another story. Always. Jesus tells us the kingdom is at hand. It's not a year from now, 10 years from now. It's not 10 days from now. It's not even 10 minutes from now or 1 minute now or 1 second from now. It is here now. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. What is the kingdom of heaven? It is that state of being where you have moved beyond all resistance and you are now flowing with life. You are flowing with God and you are saying to God, Father, let thy will be my will. I don't want you to bring me one thing, one single thing any different than what you would have it. I am aligned with your will. Whatever you want to bring to me, I thank you for that. And I recognize that my mind might not like it. My mind might judge it. My mind might judge that I've lost my job. My mind might judge that I've lost a loved one. But I recognize that every single thing that you are bringing to me, you are on my side. You are here to awaken me to the truth that I already am. And I give thanks for that, Father. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's all that remains, my friends, is gratitude that in a trust and faith that God is on your side and giving you exactly what you need and exactly when you need it. You know, I can tell you so many things, but it's not enough for my words. No words are enough from anybody. Your part, your part in this is to simply hear the words and explore is as this invitation for you to let go and empty out everything. Everything, everything, everything. Don't hold on to one single thing, not one single thought, not one single feeling, not one single belief, not one single opinion, not one single memory, even. Don't even hold on to everything you've learned. Now, I know this challenges the mind. But remember what a challenge is. A challenge is something that we're experiencing because we're holding on to something that is not the truth. So when I say don't even hold on to everything you learn or any memories, because those are of the mind. And your mind is temporary. Can we agree that your mind is temporary? So anything that you're holding on to cannot be eternal because it is not of the mind. The mind is temporary. It will die along with the body. And if we're going to discover the truth of who you are, I'm inviting you to explore with me, to let go of those things that are temporary and to discover something that is eternal, that doesn't come and go, that never fades away. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your feelings, your body, your mind, your opinions, all those things come and go. What is it that doesn't come and go? And so when I invite you to let go of everything, I say that because there's one thing you can never let go of. And that is the very truth of who you are. You cannot get rid of you. You cannot get rid of you. Don't just believe me on that. Just even for a moment, just even for a moment, explore what it feels like to let go of everything. physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and then see for yourself, not with physical eyes, but with spiritual eyes, see for yourself what remains. And then you can confirm for yourself what is the truth. And by the way, you are not going to discover more truth by more knowledge. In fact, sometimes knowledge is the very thing that gets in the way of you discovering the truth, because you think you know something, and it's that thinking that you know something that is blocking you from really knowing the truth that is beyond even the knowing. True knowing is beyond the mind. True intelligence is beyond the mind. True memories are beyond the mind. But you have fallen prey to the mind because the mind has told you you're not enough. You need to do this. You need to be that. You need to be more loving. You need to be more kind. And it'll throw you a nugget every once in a while. Oh, you did well on that. Nice job. Overall, you're a pretty good person. You're loving sometimes. You're kind sometimes. But you know what? But you're still not enough. You're still not enough. That's what the mind would have you believe. Why do you listen to the mind? Why do you believe the mind that it is the truth of who you are? In Michael Singer's beautiful book, The Untethered Soul, he speaks of the mind as a roommate in the head. And if you had a roommate that lived with you, that was always telling you that you're not enough and you can be more and you should have done this and you should have said that, if you had a roommate like that, you would kick him out because you would recognize it as an abusive person. So why are you holding on to the voice of the mind? How do you kick the voice of the mind out? By simply being aware that you are not the mind and you are not the thoughts. And when those thoughts of, you know, I don't know, the word that came up is of desecration or diminishing or somehow attacking you and abusive, when those thoughts come up, if you can just simply be aware that you are not those thoughts and allow those thoughts to pass on by, then the mind begins to lose control and lose power over you because you recognize that you are not the mind and you are not those thoughts. So essentially, it's actually not about kicking the roommate out of the head. It's about recognizing that you are not those thoughts and you are not that roommate. And naturally, the roommate will leave because it sees that there's no place for it, because you are no longer empowering it or believing that it's real in the first place. I said earlier, sometimes it seems so simple. Well, here's the simplicity for me. Let me give you a couple examples. This Saturday, I have the class, Moving Beyond the Limited Self. And a couple weeks after that, I have my meditation retreat that is a restorative meditation retreat. My mind has been very busy. Will I make enough money to pay for the retreat? I really want to get more people there. I need people there to affirm that I'm important, that I have something to share, and I need people to attend the retreat or the class this week for the same. Will I make enough money? I'm about to lose unemployment. How am I going to make enough money to sustain myself? These are all thoughts. And these thoughts can have the power to bring stress, struggle, and suffering, or they can simply be a thought. And the simplicity of life, to me, this is the reason I'm sharing this, is If I can simply notice all those thoughts, recognize that it's not the truth of who I am, allow those thoughts to pass on by, and simply come back to either being aware of my breath or something that just brings me back to the present moment and back to who I am, then these thoughts mean nothing. The only reason that stress and struggle is there is because I'm believing the thoughts to be true. I hear the thought that says, I am worried about getting enough money. Who is the I that is worried? Is it the truth of who I am? Or is it just another story of the mind that has convinced me that I am the one that is worried? And the mind will say, I am worried. I'm worried about not getting enough money. I'm worried about not getting enough people. I'm worried about whether I can teach the class sufficiently. Do I need to prepare? If I don't prepare, will the words that I need come through? And all of these thoughts are coming up because there's a part of me that believes them to be true. Remember, I said what a challenge is. A challenge is when that God presents us a situation and it feels challenging because there is something we're holding onto as a false belief. And so all this stress and struggle, the mind says, I don't want it this way. I need more people to sign up. I need to know that I make a difference in people's life. I need to awaken to the truth of who I am so that I can share. That too is ego. That too is a false belief because it says that you are not already awakened. That is another trick of the mind. And another trick of the mind says, when this happens, then I'll be happy. When this happens, then I'll be awakened. When this happens, then I'll be in the enlightened truth of who I am. Those are all tricks of the mind. And I invite you to let go of all of it. Just coming back to this present moment, coming back to being aware of your breath, being aware, being aware, being aware, being aware of the thoughts that come in, being aware of the worry that is another thought, being aware of um, any worry. Any worry is a thought. Will I have enough people for the class? Will I make enough money for it? Will I be able to, all these thoughts, all this worry is simply a fear of the unknown and is simply a lack of trust and faith that life and God are on our side, that life and God have our back. That's all worry is. And have never found a point in time where it's helped me in any way. Even if it comes true, how has it helped me if I don't get the amount of people that my mind says I need? If I don't make enough money, for the retreat, then how has the worry helped that? And probably the worry has actually helped to manifest that because I'm holding on to that as if it's a possible truth. The best way to get something deeper, to experience the abundance of who we are, is to actually notice the thoughts of worry and recognize that that is not the truth and let them go. And if I'm worried about the words, whether I'll be able to share what needs to come through, the truth to come through, the best way to do that is to let go of my fear whether I can teach this class well or not. And the more I hear those thoughts and recognize them that they are not the truth, the more I can release them and let them go. And when, by the way, the more these thoughts come up and the more you become conscious and aware of them and you recognize that they're not there, then what happens is they all begin to fall away until they fall away so completely that only the truth remains. That's how this truth is discovered, by letting go of all your opinions and beliefs and all these false identifications. And the more you recognize that they are not the truth and they begin to fall away, the only thing that can remain is the empty stillness, the silence, and the truth of who you are. That's the only thing that can remain. Right? Just consider that just for a moment. All these thoughts and false beliefs that are pouring your way, all of a sudden you keep noticing them, and you let them go because you understand it's not the truth. And so you keep emptying them out. And all of a sudden, this belief that says, how am I going to get enough money? All of a sudden you recognize, you not only recognize, you fully realize, meaning you've manifested this truth. You fully realize that's not the truth. And out of that, the only thing, when you empty that out so completely, the only thing that can remain is stillness and silence and emptiness. That's all. That's all that can remain, because it's only thoughts, beliefs, and opinions that fill the space that block you from the silence, the stillness, and the emptiness. I hope you see that. When you empty out all the thoughts, stories, beliefs, opinions, self-righteousness, the only thing that can remain is the stillness, the silence, the emptiness. And that, my friends, is who you are. Sometimes people ask, what is it? What is the stillness? The stillness is when your mind subsides and it goes quiet. And you can sometimes even notice that, and hopefully are noticing it actually, in between the thoughts. When you're meditating, when we go still and silent, there's a place where your mind is quiet. The busyness has subsided. And then all of a sudden a thought comes in, and it fills that space. It fills that stillness. It fills the silence with something, some kind of thought, some kind of belief, some kind of worry. And then all of a sudden you recognize that the thought has entered this silence, this stillness, this space, this emptiness. And so as you recognize it, you allow it to gently and effortlessly pass on by, and you come back to simply being aware of the breath, and it moves you back into the silence and stillness of who you are. This is really all quite beautiful, and I say that from my person, from my lower self. I say that because it just is quite beautiful, the words that are flowing through. I know maybe it sounds arrogant in a way, but I don't claim these words to be mine. I don't claim this wisdom to be mine. This is simply something beyond the story of who I think I am. And that wisdom, that those words that are spoken are also beyond, there for you, beyond the stories of who you think you are as well. It's nobody special with this. We all have access to this, everyone. Only we need to get our person, our ego, our mind, our body. We need to just get all those things out of the way so that you can have a direct experience of this truth for yourself. And so for right now, I invite you just to come back to being aware of your breath. And if the mind gets busy, simply notice the busyness, notice the thoughts, and allow it to gently and effortlessly pass on by. and come back to being aware of your breath, which brings you back to the present moment and back home to who you are, conscious awareness. And if your mind is drifted, just allow the thought to just gently pass on by and come back to being aware of your breath. And don't worry about don't try to still your mind. Just simply notice when your mind is not still. Don't try to still your mind. Just simply notice when it's not still. And the noticing begins to naturally still the mind, not because you're trying, but just because you're aware of it. You allow the thought to pass on by and you come back to being aware of your breath and the quietness and the stillness of who you are. And if your mind is drifted, just coming back to being aware of your breath, coming back to the awareness of who you are. we're going to begin bringing this meditation to a completion. So if you'd like to continue meditating, please mute or turn your device off. And thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate that. And for those of you who are ready to finish, just taking in a nice deep breath, filling up your lungs, energizing your body, just moving your body around some. And taking your time, and whenever you're ready, opening your eyes. And let's see. So if anybody has any questions or comments that they want to make, and I see oh, okay, Sandy, yeah, you were on there. You shared a sunshine earlier. Thank you for sharing some sunshine uh, with our meditation. And let's see here. Um, so let's see. What do we have here? Uh, Tatiana Watson. Okay, Tatiana, I've not known you to meditate with me, but maybe you just haven't shared. Yes, totally. So I can feel emptiness and joy of being right now. Excellent. Yes, it is happening. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Tatiana. Nice to have you join this morning. And Michelle, my buddy Michelle's here. Thank you, Michelle. Always appreciate you, my friend, so much. So thank you for joining. And just as a reminder, the class, Moving Beyond the Limited Self, I don't know if any of you here would really get much more out of it. It's a 2-hour class from 10 to 12 this Saturday. The meditations are really pretty full in themselves, but I will say this, if any of you are called to do the retreat, which is August 27th, about 2.5 weeks, starting Friday evening, going through Sunday at noon. I really think it's going to be a beautiful weekend. I'm at a level for me personally that has felt just, I feel so much peace and gratitude, and I feel that I'm really able to teach in a way that is such deeper than I was in the past. It's incredibly fulfilling for me personally. So anyhow, if that calls to you at all, you can message me and have more information. And Sandy, you also said solid reminders. Good, good. Okay. Thank you guys for being a part of this. I really appreciate that. Have a beautiful day. I'll be on at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Okay. Namaste, my friends.